Flipping the classroom can be a highly efficient and effective way of teaching, even if students do not have access to the internet or computers outside of the classroom. So let's consider a 60-minute teaching scenario where we compare a traditional classroom to a flipped classroom. Now, in a traditional classroom, we usually start off with a warm-up activity which could last about 10 minutes. And then we transition into the main event, which is the lecture content, which could last 40 minutes, which leaves us 10 minutes at the end of the class period to do our wrap-up activities. Now, let's also keep in mind that we may do this multiple times a day for our different class periods, repeating the same lecture content over and over, which is relatively inefficient and, quite frankly, it's exhausting. So let's consider a flipped classroom. And the first thing we learn about a flipped classroom is you take those 40-minute in-class lectures and we condense them to about a 7-minute lecture video in this style. I've got some information here, I've got my camera, I don't have any interruptions, I just get through what the students need to know. Now, in this flipped classroom, we can take this 7-minute lecture video and use the first 10 minutes of class to put that on a screen and have students take notes on that lecture video. Every 2 or 3 minutes, we pause, we ask a question to the room, we facilitate a short discussion, and then we hit play. Then we transition into the main event in a flipped classroom, which is the activity or application. You have students work collaboratively to create their own learning. And at the end of the class period, we have 10 minutes at the end, we can watch that lecture video again and students can fill in the notes they missed. Now, a flipped classroom is a highly efficient and effective way of delivering information to students and engaging students because the main event is on the activity and the application, as opposed to the traditional method of teaching where the main event is on the repetition of that lecture content.